say that it feels right.
Hey guys, welcome back for another Clash Royale video. So in today's video, we will be taking a look at this Egiant Sparky deck. Yes, I know it's a pretty crazy deck. You have the Lumberjack and the EQ as well. This deck is being played by Limakulus. He's a Turkish pro, I believe. And he shared some really awesome replays. I mean, the deck is pretty awesome itself, so yeah, the replays would be awesome as well. And yeah, don't forget to follow Limakulus. He has a Twitter and an Instagram, so yeah, don't forget to check him out. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like this video for more videos. And yeah, let's just jump right into our first replay. Okay, so we're in our first game against Kodigo, who is playing Minor Rocket Cycle. This deck is being used in the CRL variant a lot. And yeah, he does have the rocket for the Sparky, so... And he has the Tesla for the Egiant, and he's a cycle deck, so it's really hard for Limakulus to break through, I think. But yeah, anything could happen. He's probably gonna play Sparky in the middle. Okay, he's not. Okay, he's holding on Egiant. Maybe he's gonna go in with Egiant at the bridge. Yes, he does. And the reason why he brought EQ is because Tesla is being so strong right now in the meta. And yeah, just like that, the Egiant will slowly march its way to the tower and getting a lot of damage early on in the game, which is always pretty good, because in double elixir it's really hard to break through. The cycle players will usually cycle 2 Teslas. Even if you have the EQ, you can't EQ the second Tesla, and now he's gonna activate King on the Miner and zap onto the Spears. So things are looking pretty good for him right now, and he does have a slight elixir lead over Kodigo. And by the way, his account is Taliska. So yeah, now he's gonna play a bomber at the bridge. Okay, Kodigo is gonna log it, probably just to force out some response by Kodigo. Now he's gonna cycle Mega Minion at the back, and Kodigo is just chilling and cycles Skeletons, cycling back to another Tesla. And he knows that Limakulus would want to go in with an Egiant. Now he's gonna play Tesla in the position where he can't EQ the tower and the Tesla together. And yeah, just look at it. The Egiant got melted by the Tesla, despite the EQ was being played. So getting that much damage early on is really good for Limakulus. Now he's gonna probably wait a little bit and then Spark in the middle. Yes, he does. He's probably gonna rocket this. Yep. And Bomber and Mega for the Dark Prince. So the King Tower will help out a lot on defense against the Miner, even if Limakulus didn't have the cards in cycle for the Miner, like so, like in this situation. But yeah, the Kodigo played the Miner in the safe spot, and now he's slowly getting back the damage, and Lumberjack is being played in front of the Egiant just to get the rage. And now the Egiant is actually okay, this Kodigo cycle back to another Tesla, but a second Egiant comes down. I don't think Kodigo can defend this though. Yep. Yes, he does, and an EQ comes down, and the Egiant will get its way to the tower. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, a very nice game against Minor Rocket Cycle played by Kodigo. Granted, Kodigo is most of the time an RG player, but yeah, it's still a very good game. Okay, now on to our second game, which is against everyone's favorite deck, Drill Cycle. I mean, it's not that much of a cycle deck. He does have 2 spells and Inferno Tower, so the opponent doesn't bring Tesla. But Limakulus has the EQ and the Zap, so he shouldn't be all that bad. He's probably gonna activate King. Oh, okay, he's gonna. Okay, he zapped a little bit late there. Could have prevented the damage though. Mega Minion onto the Goblin Drill, and now it's probably gonna EQ. Yes, he does. Now Nado pull back the Goblins. No. Okay, he's gonna take the damage, and okay, that was an unfortunate start for him. Not gonna lie. Now it's gonna play Sparky at the back. Okay. And the opponent sets up an Inferno Tower, anticipating the Electro Giant, which Limakulus played anyway, because he has that. So he only needs the Electro Giant to get close enough to the Inferno Tower, and yeah, the opponent will play a Goblin Drill. This is what Drill players usually do, so that the E-Giant would go wasted, but looks like Limakulus is getting through. And now the Sparky will connect onto the tower, and the opponent doesn't have the elixir. I mean, he didn't play the Scummy quick enough, so yeah, that was a very nice exchange by Limakulus. And now he's up elixir. If the opponent decides to arrow though, okay, looks like he's not gonna do that. And he's up like 800 damage, which matters, I think. Now he's gonna do probably the same thing again, and the opponent will try to pressure opposite lane. Arrow comes down for the bomber, I think. Yes, he does. As it does, probably gonna nado and then zap, or maybe okay, he's gonna nado the wall because he chose to zap the goblins. Now it's probably gonna EQ on the that EQ on the Scummy. Man, that was a nice prediction play by Limakulus, because he knew that the opponent doesn't have that much cards in their hand, so that's why he did that. Now nado to pull the bomber as well as the wall breaker back, and yeah, there's only 20 seconds left. If the opponent does manage to get down the tower, it will be good for the opponent, but looks like it's not going to be that way. Now EQ onto a Scummy and a Lumberjack for the Goblin Drill. Wall breakers won't do enough, even if it connected, and yeah, very nice game. And that prediction on the Scummy on the right lane, man, that was a very cool move. Okay, so on to our next game against Pompeyo. He's on his level 11 account. He has like level 9, level 10, level 11, level 12, and level 13 max account. So yeah, we'll see how he deals with this matchup though. Even I think Limakulus has an advantage over Pompeyo, because Pompeyo's King Tower is on level 11. But yeah, the balloon will get a drop damage, very certain about that. Almost 2 hits. And yeah, the Mega Minion will finish off everything, and Lumberjack actually manages to get a swipe. So yeah, this is the thing about level 11 King Towers. Man, it's like having an advantage in the beginning of the game, in the start of the game. Now Pompeyo is probably gonna cycle back to another balloon and go in on opposite lane, which is what he does, because Limakulus deck doesn't cycle as fast as Pompeyo's. Now it's gonna play a Mega onto the Inferno D and then take damage from the balloon. It's probably gonna drop another one. Yes. EQ comes down for the Goblin Cage, but the Brawler will prevent as much damage as it can, and the Mega as well. Probably won't take down the tower, so things are looking not good for Limakulus, to be honest, because he has both towers very low on health, and now a Miner comes down. Lumberjack has to be played, and yeah, the Mega will probably target onto the Lumberjack, which is very fortunate. It's still got a swipe to the tower though. Yeah, Ice Golem to pull the Lumberjack. Now it's gonna wait and probably go Bomber at the back, because if he went in with E-Giant at the back, pretty sure Pompeyo will just set up defenses, or maybe go in with balloon like that. Now Mega comes down for the balloon. It's probably gonna zap, or yes, he does. It's gonna nado the Inferno D, and that zap right there allowed the balloon to get a hit. So yeah, that was a nice play by Pompeyo. But yeah, the level 11 King Tower will take a big toll on Pompeyo's gameplay, obviously. And now he's gonna try to take down the second tower, which is what both players are doing right now. There's only 30 seconds left, so I think both players will go into a 3-crown game. It's looking like so. And yeah, the E-Giant is still marching towards the King Tower. Now Pompeyo played a cage because he doesn't want the Egiant to get too much damage on the King Tower, because he knew that this game will be a 3-crown game. And now Mega Minion for the balloon once again, Bomber for the Ice Golem to kill it quicker so that King Tower could target onto the balloon. And now the Egiant and the Mega Minion are hammering down the tower. There's only 400 HP left on Limakulus tower though. Ooh, that was a pretty close one. Man, if it wasn't about the level 11 King Tower, I think Limakulus would have lost, but yeah, it's still a very nice game against a very worthy opponent, Pompeyo. Okay, on to our next game against Mr. Cash, who is playing his signature RG Ebarbs deck with Firecracker. This deck was originally played by Kevin Ari, I believe. He has Dark Prince instead of Ebarbs, but and EQ instead of Fireball instead of EQ, but yeah, Mr. Cash took this deck and then made a few tweaks to it, and now he came up with this deck. Now RG will get shut down by the Lumberjack as well as the Mega, but still got 2 shots though. And ooh, the Skeletons then managed to pull the Lumberjack, which will get a lot of damage. It's like 1400 damage, just like that. And Limakulus is on the lead right now. And the Elixir as well, he's up something like 3 Elixir. Now he's gonna play Bomber at the back. Okay, he's gonna EQ and then E-Spirit. He tried to... Okay, that wouldn't have do enough though, even if the E-Spirit connected onto the Bomber. But yeah, he does have the Ebarb against Egiant, which is a not that bad of a counter. But the Egiant still manages to get a shot and a lot of reflect damage on the tower, so that's pretty good. But now Mr. Cash does play the RG because he knows that Limakulus doesn't have the Lumberjack in hand, but he does have Mega Minion as well as the Nado. So we're gonna zap. Yes, he does. And yeah, just like that, the RG didn't even get a shot, so a very nice exchange by Limakulus right there. I mean, it was like 8 for 8 trade, so yeah, neutral trade. Now activate King. Won't do much in this matchup, but who knows, that might help out on defense. And yeah, it's gonna cycle EQ because he knows that Mr. Cash will try to go in with RG again. Now this time he's gonna let the RG to connect onto the tower for 2 shots once again. Now he's gonna zap onto the Skeletons to damage Tesla a little bit, so that the Egiant might have a chance to go in, because he has EQ as well. So, and he has Sparky, so the opponent can't really play Ebarbs into the Sparky unless they're distracted with Skeletons or E-Spirit. And now a very nice Nado, because pulling the Skeletons off the Firecracker. Now the Sparky is still surviving, which will finish off the Tesla, and now EQ onto the tower. And yeah, just like that, Limakulus will take down Mr. Cash's Roja and Ebarbs deck. So yeah, a very nice game against RG. Well, it's not a very popular deck, but yeah, still a very fun match though. Okay, on to our next game against Thunder the Fury. He's playing Egiant. He was the minor mortar player back in last year, I believe, before Hunter was nerfed. Now Limakulus will activate King. Thunder will activate King on Limakulus's Lumberjack with a Nado. Now a cage is played, so I think Thunder has a slight edge. I'm not too sure because Limakulus has Sparky, and Egiant doesn't really do all that good against Sparky because you don't have the reset without counting the lightning. So now Bomber for the Dark Prince, and it's probably gonna activate King on the Brawler. So yeah, both players activated King very early on in the game. Now he's gonna play Sparky most probably, because that's like one of the best counters to Egiant. Now a Lumberjack onto the... Oh, he doesn't even need the Lumberjack. It's probably gonna save Elixir for an Egiant and probably just go in. Yes, he does. And look at Thunder's hand. He only has a cage and an Inferno D, but the Limakulus doesn't have NATO. It would have been very nice if he had the NATO, but yeah, it looks like it doesn't really matter because the Egiant will take down tower anyways. Now Mother Witch is played. NATO is played. Okay, it will kill the bomber, but yeah, the Dark Prince will actually most probably get a lot of damage, and Lumberjack comes down for the Dark Prince after it connects onto the tower. So only 1150 HP left, but I don't think Limakulus will be able to defend against Egiant unless Thunder make a big mistakes. Because Thunder has the lightning for the Sparky. Not really sure about that though. And Egiant to tank because he knew that Inferno Dragon would have come down. But he doesn't zap though, and yeah, the lightning comes down like I said, and Sparky won't even get a second hit on the Egiant, which is pretty unfortunate. And yeah, just like that, I think Limakulus will lose his tower, despite the NATO and the bomber, but the Dark Prince is still charging. A Mega comes down for the Mother Witch, and yeah, DPSing down the Inferno D as well. It's probably going to play Sparky into the same lane as Thunder's Egiant, and now it's probably going to play Egiant in front of his own Sparky again, if he does. And yeah, he's going to cycle back to NATO most probably, because he doesn't want his Egiant to die, and pulling back the opponent's Egiant as well. So yeah, his Egiant is still marching forward. Mega Man comes down, finishing off the Inferno D, and a Lumberjack comes down as well. The opponent doesn't have the elixir to protect it. Zap onto the Mother Witch, and unfortunately though, the pig actually saved Thunder there. And now Thunder will go in very aggressively on the king side though. I mean the king tower, not king side, I'm playing chess too much. And NATO comes down, pulling the Egiant into the king. So it's probably gonna Sparky again. Yes, he does, because there's not really much Thunder can do except for lightning. The Sparky, it won't actually kill it though. And yeah, the Egiant's tank for the Sparky. So he does have the EQ for the cage, so it's probably gonna play it. And now NATO to pull the Mother Witch as well, and the Inferno D. The Sparky will most probably finish off the Goblin Brawler, and not before the lightning hit comes down, and the Mega will finish off the Dark Prince, I believe. Yes, okay, so he still has the lead. And yeah, after seeing the Sparky comes down, Thunder tries to go in with RG on the king side, and the king tower, not king side. But so far I think Limakulus is doing very great on his defense, but Egiant will still get some damage on the king tower, so bringing it down to 1800. But yeah, the cage is being destroyed, and there's nothing stopping the Egiant now, and NATO comes down for everything, pulling everything into the Egiant's lightning range. And yeah, the bomber will finish off the tower most probably. Yes, he does. And yeah, just like that, a very nice game against Egiant. How should I call it though? Egiant Lightning? Yeah, a very nice game against Egiant Lightning. Okay, on to our last game against I don't know who this is, but he's playing Hawk Freeze, which you don't see often anymore because it's not really all that good. But he's playing Inferno D and Tesla. Now I asked him to tank for the guards, so luckily he does have the bomber, but arrow comes down, so he still has to spend something. He's gonna play Mega Minion for the guards, which is pretty unfortunate, and the opponent still got 600 damage anyways. But now he's gonna go in very aggressively with Egiant, and yeah, he's gonna NATO the Inferno D most probably. Yes, and the opponent just freeze because that's the best play for the opponent. And a Zap comes down, finishing off the Inferno D, trying to finish it off. Yes, but the opponent can go in with Hawk if he wants to, because NATO is out of cycle, right? Limakulus is holding onto the Lumberjack. He's ready for it though. Lumberjack will prevent the Hawk, and then won't prevent the Hawk, but the Hawk will only get one shot if Limakulus plays the Lumberjack. Now a Bomber is played, predicting the guards though, but an Ice Golem as well as an arrow comes down. Now he's gonna play Egiant at the back. So the main thing about breaking through is the Tesla and freeze. That's like the main problem on all the Inferno D and freeze, because there's nothing Limakulus could do unless he decides to zap. And now he's gonna pull the Inferno D into the lightning range. He's probably gonna zap because the freeze only frees the troops for 4 seconds. So yeah, the Egiant is onto the tower now, so I think that's GG already. Yeah, that's pretty much GG already. He just has to make a very similar thing like what he did with a Sparky. The opponent's gonna play a very high Tesla, which I don't think it would help all that much though. Now EQ comes down for Tesla, not trying to get damage on the towers, because the Tesla is more important. Now the opponent cycles back to another Tesla, but he's gonna play a Sparky at the back most probably, because the opponent still has to spend elixir to deal with the Sparky. Now he can just safely place, okay, no, maybe not. And now the opponent will try to pressure, and Bomber comes down for the Hawk. It's probably gonna Nado. Yeah, the Hawk to the King Tower, because the opponent's not back to Inferno D yet, so it's not really all that impressive. And yeah, there's nothing stopping the Egiant now. Yeah, just like that, I think the Egiant will finish off the tower. So yeah, a very nice game against Hawk EQ. So the opponent didn't went in with freeze on the Egiant, because they did went in, but Limakulus was prepared for it. He had the zap, and yeah, a very nice game against Hawk freeze. Made it this far, I appreciate it, really thank you a lot. I want to thank Limakulus for coming onto the channel, and yeah, he shared some really nice replay with this very crazy Egiant Sparky Lumberjack deck. So yeah, if you guys wanna try it out, feel free to do so. Deck links will be in the description, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, don't forget to check out Limakulus's profile as well, his socials, and yeah, that's pretty much it, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.